How much money did you say it was?
$80,000.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, everybody, and welcome to Price Check, episode number 30. My name is Octavian, and together we will be delving into this stash tab that is hopefully full of nothing but Exalt-worthy rare items, but probably will have maybe one of those at best if we're very, very lucky today. Hang on. There we go, a little bit of inventory Tetris. Let's get started here, though. For those of you who are new to the series and may not be aware of what it is we do here, we are going to be looking through a stash tab full of unidentified rare gear, identifying it, pricing it, and I will be giving my justification for the prices behind all of the items and why I'm vendoring most of it along the way. So, hopefully you folks can learn a thing or two from this. Let's get started. Got no explicit life roll, just a strength roll and no resistances, so that's going to be a goner for sure. Pretty garbage jewel here, a little bit of cast speed, but the rest of what's on this is just kind of junk. Totem res can actually be relevant alongside like other very specific stats, but by itself it's pretty useless. Got some trap damage, which could be nice, I suppose, for the right build. Not too many sources of that in the game, but we're missing life, we're missing resistances, we're missing anything that would make this just a good pair of gloves before adding Shaper and Elder rolls, which is always what you're looking for. Shaper and Elder rolls alone will almost always not carry an item. There's a few specific really good rolls that can, such as Curse on Hit on Rings, but most of the time you need a good item and then the Shaper and Elder stuff, and we've got no life or res on these two. Percent life, that's about it. No flat life, which is also quite good, and you usually want those together. No resists, no other interesting Elder mods on that shield either. Pretty garbage corrupted ring, and same to that amulet. It does have some crit multi, decent strength roll, and some lightning to attacks, but it's missing life or resists, which you kind of need to make the item sellable. Some flat fizz, a good amount of stats, okay-ish life, not great, and accuracy. Plus a res implicit. This could possibly sell for 4 to 5 chaos, but I very much doubt it. However, we'll go ahead and give it a chance and we'll list it, see if it actually sells. In a few days it'll probably just get vendored. Reduced extra damage from crits. I mean, this is an eye level 83 Shaper Touch leather belt, but in the age of Stygian vises, I doubt that's worth anything just off of the base. But we can go ahead and check. So let me transition over to the browser. Leather belt. Item level 83, and this is how you want to check for a base. Shaped, yes. 66 results, and we're at like 3 or 4 chaos for it. I mean, I could throw it up for like 4C and maybe give it a shot to sell, but a lot of these have been up for a week or longer without shifting. 2 weeks here at 1 chaos, so I very much doubt that this actually would end up selling, and we're just gonna throw it to the vendor instead. Belts are not in a very good place right now. Stygian vises are so plentiful and so much better than pretty much every other base that even a Shaper Touch version of a leather belt, which is traditionally quite a good base, is pretty much worthless. Not going to be a good base item, so we're not going to be trying to sell this as a main hand weapon, that's for sure. 1.25 attacks a second is not good. The fizz damage as well is pretty bad. And it's not got the stats that shout offhand to me. Percentage increased. Or elemental damage as a function of your physical damage, that sort of thing is usually what you're looking for. Though the crit multi is a step in the right direction, but a very faltering little one. We've got life, 2% increased stats, and +1 to level of socketed support gems. On a better base, with maybe a higher life roll, I would actually have considered potentially selling this. I don't know of any builds that can use both the percent dex and the percent strength, though. The +1 to socketed support gems is actually quite powerful because you can use that in a build that wants to use Empower to get another level onto your active gem as well, and then it also buffs all your other support gems. Not that that's too relevant. Support gem levels usually don't do that much. Again, doesn't really, well, I was about to say doesn't shout offhand, this is an imbued wand. Could have been a good wand. That's almost 10% crit chance, which is kind of disgusting. But it doesn't have good enough Ellie damage, and it doesn't have good enough fizz damage to be used as a main hand, and so despite its solid crit, we're going to be getting rid of it. Damage per block chance is a mod that holds a lot of value, but the rest of this shield is just junk. Physical is extra cold, that's what I like to see, but one of those rolls doesn't make an item, and the rest of the item isn't great. I'm just going to go ahead and check real fast whether or not a Noble Claw of eye level 81 Shaper Touched is worth anything. Likely not. But it never hurts to check. Shaped, yes. And it looks like the base is worth maybe 2C at best, so we're just going to go ahead and vendor that. Life gain when you block, reduced mana reservation. The reduced mana reservation is another roll on shields that has sold pretty well for me in the past, but again, you need that core item. You need the solid resistances and life and maybe some other rather useful Shaper and Elder mods, or Shaper mods in this case. Wed is pretty much the only useful thing in that ring, and nothing good there. A hybrid life NES roll, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Some int. And what have we got? Projectile damage. Entrap damage. That's very interesting. We can craft life on this. There is an open prefix. That could get up to like 70 to 80 life, 42 hint, and 23% trap and 17% projectile damage. And you can even set up a trap in your gloves if it synergizes with the slower prod, so some sort of like ball lightning trap or something like that. So it's a pseudo 6-link for a build that would be able to use that. Now there's not too many builds I can think of right now that would want to use that, but maybe there's one out there, and they're just waiting for these gloves to be listed. And it doesn't really cost that much to craft some life on them, so I think we'll do that. Those are interesting gloves. Movement speed during Flask Effect, life, maybe a better resist might have made this a candidate for a Volorb, but still I seriously doubt it. The belt market, as I've said, is rough to sell to. Some flat mana regen per second, cold damage to attacks, cold damage to axe attacks. Flat LA to axe attacks does not really sell. And yeah, this is one we're going to put up for like 4-ish chaos. Go ahead and toss this away. And put this up for 4. And we'll take a look at these gloves. We could invest the 4 chaos to put them up to like 80 something life potentially, but I think 70 something life is enough, and we can just throw the 10 alts at them. So what is that, 60, 71 life now? 42 int, which could be rather useful, and then the trap and projectile stuff. These are really neat. I'm actually not sure how to price them. We're going to go ahead and see if we can figure that out. That is the point of the series now, isn't it? Gloves. We want life over, say, 70. And then trap damage. Projectile damage. And we're just going to see what that turns up to begin with. 31 results, looking at 5C as our starting point. This one's got strength, which is arguably about as valuable as our int. And it actually has only this amount of life because it's got a high strength roll and a high life roll. This fire damage to attacks is probably irrelevant, though projectile damage does lend itself to like ranged attack traps, so I don't know, maybe. We are looking at 5C as a base though, so that's, you know, more than the 10 alts we invested, which is nice. This one's got some res, which ours doesn't. And that's up for 14C. I think we could start it at like 10 because maybe that int is valuable to someone. We are missing resistances, which a lot of these gloves have that are a bit higher priced. So we can like start this at 10 chaos and maybe try and sell to that niche market and then lower it a bit over time if it doesn't sell quickly. Neat pair of gloves. I like them. Alright. Let's keep going. Ooh, I definitely saw something worth value there. That's a titanium spirit shield. That was Elder Touched. I've sold a few of those already for a pretty penny, so we'll see how far the base has fallen. Have I transitioned back? I did it. I'm a good YouTuber. So we've got nothing really here to speak about at all. That's just garbage. One sec. Fish, sorry. He's gonna watch this episode and know why I just did that. Hopefully unaffected by chilled ground. Some life, strength, and movement speed, so this is sort of like Babby Cows. Oh man, we could craft a res on that, right? Yeah, we can craft a res on that. It's full up on prefixes, but it's got plenty of suffix space. It's worse counts, but you get movement speed in some sockets? I don't know. I have no idea if that's worth anything. We won't vendor it quite yet. We've got Conk Effect, which I always look out for in a helmet, because I've had a few really, really valuable sales off of selling just good helmets with 18 Conk Effect, or Conk Effect plus base crit is the combo that sells really well for things like Blade Flurry, but that's not quite good enough as a helmet otherwise. Some flat fire damage, but a really garbage roll. Just pretty much all around garbage, same with that. Attack speed, cold damage, attack speed, crit chance. 2 attack speed rolls and 2 potentially usable damage rolls. We could put this up for like 4 or 5 chaos. No life, bad resists. Conk Effect, again, but again, the helmet is not good enough otherwise. I think that's a hybrid life roll, so we could craft life, but it's not really worth it. And an update on that chess piece from 2 days ago, still hasn't sold, so I'm just going to vendor it. Yeah, chess piece market is pretty dead. As is the belt market, so even though that looks sort of okay and maybe salvageable with some crafted rolls, it's just going to be vendored. Alright. And I am certain that this titanium spirit shield is worth something. The rolls are nothing impressive, but just the base should definitely be, because this is an Elder Touched shield of a very good base type. Titanium Spirit Shield is the best base type, and it's eye level 82, which is high enough eye level to roll +2 to maximum fire resistance, which is a roll a lot of people are after, so that's not the right thing. This one. And yep, we're looking at 1x as our baseline, but that's been listed an hour ago, and then we're up to 2, 2.5, 3, 4. Jumps up pretty quickly. I think we'll start at 1.5x, just to try and get it to sell quickly. Not bad at all. Alright, these boots as well. I have a feeling they're not going to be worth anything, because they really are just kind of worse cows. I guess you get the 30 movement speed, though. But hell, let's take a look. Boots? The only thing making these boots potentially worth a damn is the fact that they have 30% movement speed. The unaffected by chilled ground is nice, I guess, so we'll put it in, but it's not super important. And then life of 80 plus, which includes our strength roll. And we can of course craft a resist on this. We have 2 results. Mirrored quality, apparently. Why is this listed for a mirror again? Cooldown recovery speed, that's a pretty valuable roll, I suppose. 35 movement speed. It's weird seeing an item listed for a mirror that has crafted res, but cooldown recovery speed is really, really good in the right build, I suppose, and 35 movement speed is also crazy good. But let's check offline as well. I thought I would have to widen my search, or I thought I would have to narrow my search, not widen it. Looking at 5C as the base for some of these with just like some amount of resist, and we can actually craft better res than that. So 25C now for this, but this has 2 stats on it and a better res than we can craft. Looks like maybe we could craft a res and put it up for 15 to 20 chaos, but like there's so few on the market and they've all been up for so long, a week at least, that I don't see it really selling ever. But, you know, it's incredibly cheap to craft a res. It's not going to hurt me to have it listed. Let's go ahead and do it. Why not? Just not super confident in these boots. I will keep you guys updated on whether or not they sold. I don't think it really matters. We're just going to throw some lightning res. There. Boop-a-doo. So let's put that up for like 25 to start with. Alright, and the last little bit of this tab.
You want something?
See if we get anything good. I mean, we've had a few interesting results already. No life, bad resists. Okay life, bad resists, and level 16 poison doesn't do that much. No movement speed, no life, no resists. Attack speed, crit chance, cold damage. Oh, that was the one we found in the last inventory's worth, apparently. I didn't list that. Melee splash, crits. It's a good flat lightning roll, I think. Yeah, it's a tier 1 lightning roll. Doesn't have attack speed, though. Doesn't have any other LE rolls. It's got a res, which you're not really ever looking for in a weapon. 8% pen, but nothing else at all. And Shaper Touch Siege Axe isn't worth anything. It's an Elder Touch Siege Axe that you're after. 80 life, some stats, mana on kill, nah. Attack speed, not a good base. Oh, actually, I think Headman's is a good base for two-handed swords, but nobody's really using rare two-handed swords, so just get rid of that. And we can pop this one up. Alright. Well, that's going to be it. We are through our tab. We found a few interesting bits and pieces today. Those gloves were kind of neat. And always happy to see an Elder Touch titanium shield. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did and you made it to the end, then why not hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitch. There's a link to that in the description below. I do stream every day, as well as releasing one of these videos every day. I also put out build guides and just general Path of Exile YouTube content fairly frequently. So, there's a lot of Octavian to come. All you gotta do is hit those follow and subscribe and all those other buttons. You know, whatever YouTuber will tell you to do. I'm gonna parrot the same thing right back at you. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one.